Hello, YouTube. I'll try to look up at the camera lens actually. Oh, can you hear that? It's an eagle. I think I just saw it flying behind me. I'm here at my favorite spot in the world, at least currently. It's, a 10-minute drive from my home. Hardly anybody comes here, especially on days like today where it's rainy. Off and on rain, but it sure is peaceful. There isn't another soul for a mile in any direction. You do hear the occasional car. The clouds are passing quickly over the Northumberland Strait, Cape George, we locally refer to the area as. And there's farm fields in the back. I wish I could show you some of this, but it's not going to work. Farm fields, rolling farm fields from the original Scottish settlers that displaced the original Mi'kmaq settlers or inhabitants of the area. And the waves are crashing. I just went down and stuck my hands in the ocean as long as I could. It's extremely cold in the North Atlantic at this time of year. But the peace. So I had an interesting day. So before I go on, I'm going to title this Identifying the Agent Smiths of the World. And what should we do? Because they're out there. This is a kind of a hard one for me to talk about, because I did have one of what I would consider a scary encounter at one point in my life when I had my enlightenment with an agent smith. Now, what's an agent smith? It's a fabrication in the form of what looks like a human of the false matrix, the 3D matrix that goes around in the 3D world attempting to keep people like you and I asleep. They do it in many ways. What my friend likes to call trackers. I would probably call it something else, but essentially it's little low vibrational entities that they get attached to you when you walk close to one of these things. And how do you combat them, right? So an agent smith that's a reference from the movie The Matrix, or the movie series. An agent smith was just that. He was a agent of the false matrix. As these people were asleep, i.e. plugged into the matrix, literally in that case, the agents would go around collecting anyone who started to wake up, let's say, or became aware that they weren't part of the matrix. Gets me into like movies and the symbolism in them. And, for the most part, I don't watch anything commercially made. But movies like that, they were inserted by people like us into the false matrix and became extremely popular because people like us realized that this was reality. Somewhere deep down, we know that this is the actual thing that's going on. So they're excellent in being not agents, that's a bad choice of words. They're excellent in being, the movies are being good at triggering that initial awakening. And as my friend Angela said, for the most part, you shouldn't watch them anymore. It's TV, none of it. It's all designed to keep you asleep. We just happen to squeeze some really good things in there. So I digress. The agent smiths of these movies, they were fabrications of the matrix. They didn't actually have souls like the rest of the humans who were asleep in this matrix. And that is the case in the real matrix around us. Real, if you can call it that. They are this video is, I'm not going to say it, but it'd be good luck getting this one to run. But anyway, that's been the case with most of my videos to this point, and I've noticed the pattern. So anyway, they go around keeping us asleep, but when we start to wake up, they go around trying to make our lives more miserable and slow us down from ascending faster. So what we often do is turn into hermits to avoid them. Well, this isn't going to work, is it? We're the tip of the spear, so to speak. We're the ones waking up first. Many of us are at the very, very tippy top. You know, maybe 1 in 100 are where you are. Probably less. So you are extremely rare, if you understand what I'm talking about. So in the Matrix trilogy, the people that have woken, and while the majority of them stayed asleep, were the ones who went and fought these entities inside the Matrix and outside the Matrix. Do you see the point here? Unlike the movies, we won't do this. We won't do it in the same manner. As with everything, with us light beings, we fight with light, with love, generated from our heart chakra. So, and the first time I've ever encountered anything like this, well, it's not the first time I've encountered it. It's the first time I was aware that there was something different about some of the people walking around out here. Was when I had my enlightenment period, and it was actually kind of scary. Not kind of, terrifying. The first time you wake up to the light and you realize you're like a target. So you go to full enlightenment, you're beaming. The agents come from everywhere to try to stop you. They see you, you don't see them. But when you wake up and your vibration increases, you start to be able to notice them. So what that looked like, and remember, I'm completely naive here. I had no idea any of this was going on. I'm beaming love and light everywhere. I'm just happy, and I want everyone to understand what I understand. So I'm walking around the world as an enlightened human being, and no one else is. Not no one. There's a handful out there that I did see. And also, you can see those people as well. But you got to play the game. So I know there's a few around here who are farther along than me, and they're quiet. They don't come talk to me. I know who they are, but it's a little early to be identifying everybody. I am going out and pushing myself out here, telling them that I am awake, and I'm telling you how to do it. So I think that makes me a target. I'm not sure, but so, okay. I went into a grocery store. I generally extremely good encounters with everybody. Yes, everybody was asleep, but it seemed like in my state, I was very quickly able to draw them all, their higher selves into them, let's say. And then they were there, and it was amazing. I had amazing interactions with little children because they aren't asleep yet. They haven't been conditioned. And this one elderly woman, I've talked about it before, she recognized my light and was following me around. But I also had an encounter, which I never said, with one of the Agent Smiths. And they're so completely out of phase with you. Okay. In that enlightened state, I was vibing so high, and they vibe so low, only in the bottom 3 chakras, that they were completely out of phase. The faces looked strange, to put it lightly. I couldn't understand the words coming out of its mouth. It was like, and this is what people refer to as demons, maybe. Yeah, so it terrified me a little bit. I walked away very disturbed that there was even this existed, because I was love and light guy. So my enlightenment period, where where I went back to sleep for a little while and then tried to work my way back to enlightenment, has been so far a year and a half from that point. And lately I've been making big grounds, big movements in this area. My vibration is definitely rising. The time is getting closer for us to enact plans. I know there's groups, like I said, of completely awake individuals out here. And I'm almost on the team, I think. It's a weird situation because I know that most people who understand more than I do not speak about this. And I very much feel that I'm supposed to. And I think that's because I'm going to be an example. So I know myself to be I'll call it high-ranking official, not official, but high-ranking in the army of light. Yet here I am, slowly waking up at a time and putting it on the internet. I also know that I'm heavily protected and there's people assigned to me to help me. I've been meeting them. This is going to sound so insane to anyone who's not awake. But I don't care. Whatever. But I'm slowly trickling this information out so that I believe I can explain it to people as it happens to them. Because the rest of us, the masses, the groups, the larger portion of the population is going to start waking up very soon. Already are. It's happening quietly and they have no one to explain what's going on to them. So I'm pretty positive that's my role, as well as other things, and of which you can go to my Patreon channel and see some of it. Alchemy in general. Go over to Patreon, sign up. You can get access to me, and we can have conversations face to face where I can help you through things. If you're on this journey. If you're not, stay away. Okay, so I'm essentially, I get it now. I'm an enlightened being that is being trickled awakened so that I can explain it to the rest. And I noticed that like I said, I've gotten more clarity on what I'm supposed to do, which is this video. I just saw an orb. Agent Smiths. They put these trackers, these things. They look funny when you're vibing really high, but when you're in a 3D and you're asleep yourself, they look exactly like us. They're just cruel beyond measure. It's hard to believe they even exist. Because I won't get into the God created everything, how could he create the false matrix, but it is the case. I have opinions on it, and anyway, I'm getting off topic. The Agent Smiths will appear exactly the same as everybody else when you're down at their vibrational level, but as you start to increase, and this has been happening, you can start to pick them out way faster. Now, the fastest way to pick them out is to feel them out, so to speak. You will feel their energy before you see it. But you do see things in their behavior and movements that will throw you. It won't look right. As you start to ascend the frequencies, you start to wake up, and you start to not just wake up, but wake up more and more, let's say. As you climb up, you're becoming farther and farther out of phase with that vibrational frequency on the lower levels. Therefore, it doesn't look right. So maybe their emotions, they go turn to look at you, and it's like a glitch. It moves too fast. The head turns too fast to look at you, or the gait of the walk looks strange. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't feel right. you'll start to see this, and it can really trip you out if you're not aware of what's happening, as per my original story. So that happened. I saw that. I didn't even know what it was until I talked to my mentor about it, and then it hit me. I was like, okay, that's what that was. Now, these things are there to put trackers, what my friend likes to call trackers, low vibrational attachments, little nasties. It's there to put that into your energetic field. And it's to make you miserable, to make you slow down, to lower your vibration so you don't continue to climb as high. And the higher you climb, the harder they've tried to slow you down. So you got to protect yourself. You got to put up energetic shields, white pyramids of light. When this does happen and they do get inside your space, your personal space, you're going to pick something up. Clear it. Shower. Visualize clearing this stuff out of your field. Then close it. Ask for help from your spirit guides. Ask for help from your higher self. Ask for help from God. Clear this crap out of there and then close your energetic field back and tell me how you feel. To me, there's nothing like moving water. I mean, if I could get in this ocean right now, I absolutely would, because I know it would absolutely clear anything out. Salt is an absorber of low vibrational energy. The ocean is loaded with it. If you jump into that living body of water, it'll clear anything out of you, except that it's 0 degrees Celsius, the water, or maybe 2. So I'm not doing it, but I did stick my arms in up to my elbows, and I often just dip my head in or like wash my face with it. I even drink a little bit of the salt water, not too much. That's a consequence you don't want. It has the gastrointestinal effects if you drink too much salt water at once, especially ocean water. But a little bit, a couple of scoops is amazing. There's trace minerals and the salt. The salt will help you. So get your feet in moving water, get them on the ground, get your face in the sun, have showers, close your energetic fields, cut any ties, send back all this stuff to these fabrications of the false matrix. Send it back. But don't try to avoid it. This hermit stage is what I've often done because I just didn't like the feeling, right? This is what I would have said before. Now I know why I was doing it. I was hermiting because I didn't like the energy. But now what you want to do is shield yourself from them. Don't avoid them. Interact. Send love and light to these bloody things, and they will not like it. If you want to push them away, do it this way. You got to be careful, in a public setting, because it's going to aggravate them. But that's what I've started doing, and if you want to get rid of them real quick, that's the best way to do it. Now, if you're in a vulnerable situation with one of these things, do not do that. I think that goes without saying. But anyway, I think I'll leave it there. Agent Smiths of the world are out in great number right now. There are a lot of us waking up, and the false matrix is panicking. It's going to collapse because we're going to reach a critical number, and it's not going to be able to stop us anymore. And I'm here to show you what's going on with you as you awaken. Someone is going to see this that's at the stage where I am and doesn't know what this is, and that's all I need to do. If it's one of you, awesome. Hopefully it's more. All right, I think I'll leave it there. Like I always say, I hope this video finds you well. I love you all, and we'll see you soon. Hey, look what I found. Eagle feather. So I just finished making that video, and I thought I should add something. It made me think about aggravating these things, and I think that is something left for the heavy hitters, so to speak, the people who are trained and have more experience. Until you are you've reached a high enough level in your training, you should not interact with these things as little as possible. Just protect yourself. I think I'll leave it there. I'm not saying I'm a heavy hitter, but I think I'm getting close where I can start interacting. But not everybody should. Not everybody should. Thanks.